Good evening. Thank you for joining WeGro's AMA here on October 20th, 2022. We're coming to you live across the world, based in Connecticut, Florida, Los Angeles, and Pennsylvania. We got a great update tonight. We're super excited about progress and all that has been transpiring in the world of WeGro. Got to get some housekeeping out of the way as usual. Any statements, opinions, estimates, probabilities expressed and analysis presented in tonight's AMA show are provided as general information only and are merely a snapshot of today's disposition and subject to change without notice. While all of the information prepared and shared in tonight's presentation is believed to be 100% accurate, presenters and hosts make no express guarantee as to the completeness or accuracy and should not be construed as forward-looking statements pursuant to any projected earnings, profits, advice, or making purchases or financial decisions. Now that the attorneys are satisfied, I'm very excited to introduce our team. We haven't seen him in a while. He's a pioneer in the world of crypto, financial advisor, been a significant trusted advisor to WeGro as one of our key components over the last year, and co-founder and partner for Defiant Investments, and that's Mr. Justin Mayer.
Hey guys, good to be back.
Thanks, Justin. And also proud to introduce, you know him, he's a legend within the world of publishing, marketing, has a 25-year career. He's one of our co-founders. He's our Chief Experience and Marketing Officer, Mr. Walt Rimpata.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Last but not least, the genesis of WeGro Coin and our president, award-winning complementary alternative medicine industrialist, executive, came from the world of film and television, and again, one of our co-founders, Mr. Sean Crawford.
Hey guys, good to see you.
So I'm going to pass the mic on now to Walt to take us away tonight. Walt.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It is such a pleasure to have our community with us whenever we get a chance, so thank you. We're going to have a relatively quick AMA tonight, but with a lot of punch. So we've brought the core team here to talk to you tonight about some things that we've been feverishly working on in the background. We're extremely proud of. Before I jump into that, I do want to pay special mention to the rest of the WeGro team that is off camera tonight or isn't able to join us. Specifically, I want to say a happy birthday to Mr. Rick Gilchrist. So for those of you that get a chance on our social channels, he turns another year older this weekend. So please wish him happy birthday. Without further ado, we've got so much to talk about tonight, but again, very in a succinct fashion. We're going to tell you about something that is very unique to the industry. We're extremely excited about it. To that point, we also brought Justin on tonight for very specific reasons, and you'll find out what those are in a few moments. But before I even let the cat out of the bag, I'm going to make you hold on just a little bit longer. I'm going to make the suspense even that much more tense. So before we jump into the big announcement for tonight, I'm going to pass the mic to Mr. Justin Maher, who is going to give us a quick update on where things are with the market. I know a lot of us have been watching the ups and downs, and a lot more downs lately than ups. But honestly, to that point, we've had a incredible community around WeGro. You know, we have weathered the storm. We have held on. We have, in some respects, grown. And with that, I'm going to pass the mic to Justin to tell us about how the rest of the world is faring.
Yeah, I think everybody's who's been following just the industry in general has seen that there's been a retracement just this year, consolidation. There's a lot of factors that are in play with that. Obviously, the economy is one of the biggest ones. People are maybe just a little bit hesitant to taking some risk. And you're starting to see a lot of the money that is still here in the space or that's coming into the space. People are looking for safety and security. They're looking for things that they know are going to be viable and are going to be here long term. It's not like it was in 2021 where people were playing a lot of the meme coins and you throw something in and maybe 100x, overnight. People who are still playing in those meme coins are really jumping around really quickly. They're scalp trading and moving on, and you're seeing lots of tokens launch and die within a couple hours or a day in most of the cases. So you're seeing that also with people are probably taking money out of things, or they're holding onto things just because there is that uncertainty. The economy overall is not as strong as where it should be. We've got hyperinflation, all these other factors that are causing people to, maybe second guess, some of their other strategies. Most people, and I think what you're seeing is with actual tokens that have long-term utility, people are weathering the storm. And so they're holding tight. What I see is you're probably going to see mostly through the election and through the end of the year, it's probably going to be same, where we're at now. You'll probably see an uptick, and this is what most people are thinking, first quarter of next year is where the industry as a whole will start bouncing back. But it's going to take time to get back to where it was in 2021, just in general, because a lot of money has exited, and that money will come back. But as the industry grows, especially we'll talk about some of the tech things that WeGro has built. Money is going to keep coming in. The industry isn't going anywhere. Crypto is going to be here to stay, and so it's still in its infancy. Most of these tokens, and even the stable ones, Bitcoin, Ethereum, they're not more than 10, 15 years old in most cases. So I tell people, if you need cash right now, like hoard cash, but if you have funds that are available, now's a good time to deploy them, because you consider everything on a discount, everything's on sale. And that's the same too. If you have money in your 401k, or you're saving into some traditional investments, do that too, because everything's on a discount. Everything's come down a little bit.
Yeah, I think we were overdue for a recession. Actually, if you look historically, there's a recession. If you look at the average, about 5.6 years, there's a recession. This is the longest we've been without a recession. I don't know the number exactly off the top of my head, but somewhere around 10 or 11 years it's been since the last recession. So, we were overdue, and kind of to that point, as money kind of exits the market, it creates buying opportunities where people kind of come back in, and that's when the next bull run happens. And you can look at charts historically, starting 2008, 2013, 2017, 2021, and in my opinion, it'll be back stronger than ever. And we'll be here, that's for sure.
Yeah, most of the experts who kind of even just track like Bitcoin's movement and its cycle, which is usually like a 4-year cycle, are saying 2023 to 24 is where it'll hit its next all-time high. So, that's where it's like, all right, if you can get in now and just hold out for another year or two, like that's where the big gains are going to be made. Is people that are, anybody who ever invests in a recession or starts a business in a recession and can survive. Those are the people that usually end up making the most in the long term.
Are there any key performance indicators that are overlooked, Justin and Sean, that you could mention as potential pieces of intelligence?
Not really. I mean, I've been doing a lot of like scalp trading using technical analysis stuff, but that's more for like short term. It's really up in the air on, it's not if, it's just when. Like, when does it get back to the levels that we saw in 2021?
Yeah,
and it's tough.
So go ahead, Justin. I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's tough to really give a firm answer on that, because there's so many variables that could be in play. I mean, we're in an election year. Legislative changes could rebound the economy really quickly. So it really depends on a lot of different factors that come into play in the short term.
Yeah, the only indicator I can really think of off the top of my head is Smart Chain getting down, to the low 200s. And it's when you see opportunities like that. Now it wasn't there long. I don't know if you guys saw it, but it kissed like 208 or 203, somewhere in that realm for like a second.
Yeah, and then it went bounced back to like 300.
Right, exactly. So, my kind of where my head goes is those are the type of opportunities that I like to see. So I'm, over here where some people are praying for a $800 or $1,000 smart chain, which, I mean, sure I am too, but not before I see a $200 one. So,
Yeah.
bring it on. That's my thoughts and feelings.
Well, and to the average Joe, one of the things that I think that is comforting in some respects, to the extent that people have questioned the validity of decentralized currencies or cryptocurrencies, is to see some of the bigger players today that are entering the market. Some of those who really poo-pooed it and had bad things to say about it early on, and now are taking big positions in companies and even developing or launching their own cryptos. So in my mind, personally, that gives me comfort understanding that if things were going away, the big boys wouldn't be jumping in.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's definitely more mass adoption than in the past.
Yeah.
Right.
The big
Well,
boys
Vlad,
are
I think you make a good point. I'm sure that the biggest reference is Nubank, based in Brazil, that Warren Buffett has a very large stake in.
Yep.
I figured that's who you were referencing.
Yeah, I didn't want to call him out by name, but straight up Warren Buffett, and he had some choice words about crypto a few months back that really shook the industry at large and put a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. And it's interesting to see that after those televised words that he said, and I'm not even gonna, I think he called
Rat poison.
Thank you. To the point that he called it rat poison almost 9 months ago, to see that he's now launching a crypto, it really makes you understand, some of the reason we're sitting where the market is today. There is some opportunistic aspects of what's occurring that is part of the recession, but some of the outside forces that, obviously they're taking advantage of the situation. So if anything, it gives the lay people comfort that the future is still going to be in cryptocurrencies.
Yeah, no, it's great point that we've talked about in AMA's past, the mainstream impact and the fact that the current Biden administration, the first presidential administration to formulate a committee, a council on ethics, oversight, and standards. So obviously speaks volumes.
Yep.
Yeah. Definitely. Last point I'll bring up is, I think the big boys see the writing on the wall. When you're getting more functionality out of your currency, then, I mean, could you imagine living today without cards or without some sort of wireless payment? You imagine if you had to go pull cash out of the bank every time you wanted to make a transaction, how tough that would be. I mean, it started off people trading seashells, and then, from that barters and system, and then from that coin money, and then paper money, and then checks, and then credit cards, and then cryptocurrency, and then WeGro, because kind of where we're at, we're bringing more functionality through the transmission of data, through the ownership over your data, and through the interactivity of all that provides. It's essentially like a Swiss Army knife for your entire life. Everything from medical records to really anything that you can put on the blockchain is what WeGro is able to do with high transactions per second, scalable. Anyway, that's what makes it so exciting to be here, because I personally see where this is going, and I happy to be a part of this.
Well, without making people wait too much longer, I'm gonna take that excitement that's in your voice right now, Sean, and let you unleash it onto our audience tonight and tell them about, one of the challenges we saw very early on with our project was some of the challenges of our community and being able to actually purchase, the steps to going through the purchase process. So I'm going to hand the mic over to Sean, and All right, I'm gonna shut up.
No, that's great. That's a great intro. Well, thank you. Yeah, and that's something that we noticed right off the bat. You know, when we were launching our coin, we had a lot of people that were coming in that were, you know, either new or even, you know, seasoned people that were just having trouble onboarding their funds to get it into crypto so they could trade for WeGrow. And that was a huge problem. We had a lot you know, of MoonPay and Simplex rejections from when people are using their debit cards in order to buy crypto, and you know, and traded in for WeGrow, and just a really big disconnect from the process, the slippage that needed to happen, and you know, where to go, and to make sure that they were on an authentic website too. We had a lot of people taking advantage of people, and we just thought, you know, like there's got to be a better way. We have to be able to get people onboarded quickly, easily, and maybe make a product that can even benefit you know, not just our ecosystem, but other people's ecosystems, and drive some revenue towards, you know, the ecosystem, you know, drive some value, I should say, to the ecosystem. And so that's what we did. We decided we were going to do the buy now button, the easy button, the the button that you come on, you if you already have your DeFi wallet, you just go ahead and connect it, and you can go ahead and one button swap for WeGrow if you had Smart Chain already in there. But if you don't have Smart Chain in there, we're going to make that easy for you too, and just, you know, kind of go through and click a few buttons. You do a KYC process, let them know who you are, so you know, for security, and you know, very reputable company that's based here in the US, which we really you know, there's foreign carriers that we will use, and we actually in talks with, but for this we really do like the domestic onboarding, and it's proven to be robust and work you know, in testing. So that's what we've been doing, and Justin and the Defiant team have been testing this product with us and giving us the feedback that we need to make this a simple and streamlined process, and that's what we've done. I've been giving demos of the product to the Defiant team and some other people in the community, and to you know, to the tune of a lot of excitement, I should say. I'm really happy with how everything's coming together. We're at the point where we're kind of on those final stages of testing. We're wrapping up a few things, and we'll be uploading this to the Google Play Store, and then, you know, later, you know, down the line, it'll be some iOS as well. But this is a Google Chrome extension. And then, you know, we are working on mobile versions of it as well, but the Google Chrome extension, sorry, and any web based as well, web app. So this can be embedded on the website and embedded on anyone's website. So you know, we will be white labeling this project for other projects, and lead the way for Justin. I'll let you talk a little bit about Defiant, their vision, and how they solve this as well.
Yeah, so with Defiant, we do a lot of consulting. We're a launch pad. We do smart contracts for the different tokens that come to us that we say we want to partner with. And with every single project that I've been a part of, WeGrow as well, the initial launch is always hectic, and there's always a barrier to entry on getting new people in. Just like we said, you know, getting mass adoption of crypto in general, one of the reasons why it's not, you know, readily available and everybody is using it as an investment tool is because it's complicated. When you're brand new, you need multiple apps in different times. You have to learn all the mechanics behind it. And this is not just on the BSC side. It's a little more complicated on the BSC side, but even on the Ethereum side, you have to, you know, link your bank account and send money to an exchange. And then from that exchange, you buy Ethereum, and then you got to take the Ethereum and put it into a wallet, and you got to link to something called Uniswap and swap it for this other token and enter contract codes. And people always get confused. There's always people that are going to make mistakes. You see with almost every project, what they'll do is every project when they launch, they'll write instructions, or they'll do like a mock video to say, like, here's how you can get the token. You got to do these, you know, various different steps. But even when you can explain that stuff to people, it's still just not that easy unless you've been in crypto before. That's the toughest part, is getting new people to come in. So we had, I know with WeGro and which other project that I've been in too, we've had people that are institutional investors that have never invested in crypto before, but they said, I love the vision and I love the idea what you guys are doing. I want to get in, but they just don't know how. And so the buy now button makes it so much easier, where you can just link your bank account, link your credit card, and be able to one-stop shop, make a purchase, and have that token that you want to purchase end up in your wallet. And I know you mentioned like Simplex and MoonPay. The reason why a lot of those transactions are declined is because they're foreign entities. So if you're in the United States and you try to use them, your bank's not going to allow it because it's going through some foreign thing, and the bank is thinking that it's got to be a scam, and they're trying to protect you as a domestic user. And that's where you guys created the solution by going to somebody who's in the United States and saying, hey, will you do the payment processing for this, and working with a tech company to build out the software. And what I can say is I got to test it. It's simple. It's easy. It's something that you literally can take someone who's new to crypto, have them go through this, and it's just like purchasing anything online. You go to Amazon and you punch in your credit card information and you buy something, and it's one click and the item comes to you. That's how simple this software is. And that's going to make it easy for people who are on the go, who, want to get in. I think that's the other thing where people is, they want something where it's quick. In crypto, we see that things move fast. And, if you don't get in it early in some projects, maybe you just say, I missed the boat on this, I'm going to wait till the next project, and you move on. Well, we want to capitalize on those other people. We want those holders, jumping into the projects. We don't want them, getting upset because their bank's holding their funds for 5 days and then it's going to release it. And then they can, like, nobody wants to purchase something 5 days from now that they found out about. They want to buy it now. So that's where the buy it now button is huge. And we've had talks with other, other token projects where we said, hey, if this solution's available, would you want to use it? And they all say 100% yes. That's a game changer. And so that's where WeGro, now owning that technology, is going to be able to lease that out to other projects and, capitalize on some revenue streams, which will help out the ecosystem. So we've already been in talks with a couple of projects. Once it's finalized and everything's, ready to go to launch it through the store, like, we've got customers, clientele essentially lined up that are going to be wanting to lease this technology from you guys.
And that's great. That's great. And I just want to be clear. Two things. One, the buy now button is actually, it's a series of buttons. You can't just press one button and it's all done, because obviously you got to be KYC. Just like when you join an exchange or whatever, they're going to need your name, address, etc. But if you can click the next button, you can work this. That's, as long as you can click next and get to the next screen, you'll be able to work this, and you're not going to have to put in slippage and that kind of stuff. So that's great.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, I'm sure this is what everyone's asking is what does that mean for WeGro? We got this buy now button. Well, what's that going to mean? Well, what we're doing is, and I can't give you the exact number because, well, it's kind of a competitive secret, but we will be diverting the revenue that we make from this button into to buy WeGro and burn it to reduce the supply. We have some strategic things that we're doing to ensure the ecosystem that we want to have, and that's how we're going to do it. And so a very large portion of our proceeds from that is going into buying WeGro and burning it, so which should have a pretty positive influence on the price. And so everyone knows too, this is the first component to what is coming next, and that's the WeGro wallet. So you'll have the onboarding. That's the easy buy now button, a very simple approach to buying and onboarding. And then as a component of the WeGro wallet, you'll have that feature, but the WeGro wallet would be a lot more comprehensive and have the ability for advanced users to use it as well. So buy now button, though, is just a great onboard tool that makes it simple and seamless for new and seasoned alike. gives you that other onboarding option.
I would also add on top of just the revenue that's coming from, again, leasing the technology that you guys have built to other projects, you're also getting more eyes on you because the buy it now button is gonna, again, we're gonna customize each one to, that specific tokens project. So that way the customers, the holders of those projects feel comfortable linking their account to, those various things. But at the bottom, it's gonna say powered by WeGro data, like powered by the WeGro team. Like inherently people are going to say, okay, this technology that I'm using, okay, I'm going to click on it. Just like if I go and buy something from Amazon, if I'm always buying stuff on Amazon and Amazon's a really good store, people are then going to go buy Amazon stock because they see it as a good store of value because the company is running and they're making profit. Same exact thing. You're going to get now all these other communities of people that it's tough for us to reach them and acquire those other clients and customers. Well, you're going to have other eyes on you and people are going to come over to the token, which inherently will benefit the existing holders as well. Is more people that we can get into the ecosystem, the better everybody will end up doing.
Huge news. Huge news. What felt like playing chess now is checkers. And having the opportunity to go from chess to checkers and build exponential impact and growth with the branding of the new technology will only help WeGro, help the existing holders, and set precedent within the industry. Oh, Walt.
Yeah. I in many ways, I couldn't have said it any better. That's really the crux of the matter, to use that term one more time. At the end of the day, those that have followed us since the beginning will note very specifically that this team, the team that we've assembled to execute on this project, in many ways is a stellar team. But without getting into very specific backgrounds about each team member, we're showing you proof is in the pudding. We're executing on our timeline. We're executing on the things that we've set out and that we've laid out to our holders and to our community. And we're marching through those operational things that we need to advance the company forward. But additionally, we're very much focused on our community. If it's not evident in how easy this process is going to be for the end user, please take note, because at the end of the day, we're looking at the individual, the community, those that are supporting us as the primary influence for why we get up every day to do this. So at the end of the day, we started this process, this whole project, with the expectation of providing utility to our coin. Now is the first step in that utility that we're showing you. Besides our tokenomics, which in and of itself has its own utility, here we're adding additional revenue streams that are now plugging into the WeGro ecosystem, further exponentially growing that utility and continuing to demonstrate the team that we've assembled is going to take this to the moon. So with that, thank you for joining us tonight. Hope that's a big punch for everybody. We're very excited about this news. And with that, we're going to cut it short tonight and say thank you for joining us. We'll see you on the next AMA.
Talk soon.
Good night, everybody.